Here's the thing. I think it's time to clean out and reorganize our fridge and the pantry because it has been a long time and it's overdue. So here we are in the kitchen, and if you're new here, my name is Yasmin and I do all kinds of home content videos here on my channel, but I'm not gonna ramble on too much. I'm just gonna show you guys what we're working with so we can go ahead and start cleaning this thing out. So here is the pantry, and at first glance you might think, oh Yasmin, it's not that bad, it's pretty organized, you have bins and containers. But if you look closely, you can see that things are piled up and definitely not organized, and we have bins that have just been empty for a really long time just because we change kind of what we eat. So this kind of needs to get figured out. And then there's items and cans and things down here that I feel like have not seen the light of day in years, and I have a feeling I'm gonna get rid of quite a bit of expired items, unfortunately. So that's kind of the same story here as well. Literally, I don't know if you can see, but there's mold on this thing. So that is the pantry, and then kind of the same story a little bit in terms of the fridge, I think. I haven't bought too many groceries because I knew I wanted to kind of do this project, so just to make it a little bit easier for myself to kind of take everything out and clean. But I do want to go through especially the condiments and stuff and just kind of get rid of anything that's expired, not good, whatever. Okay, now you guys have some idea what I'm working with. So I think what I need to do first though is go through the freezer, go through the fridge, go through the pantry, and literally get rid of anything that is no longer good, expired, whatever the case may be. I think I want to do that first, and then I think I want to take out all of the containers, wash them, or just clean them out, whatever the case may be. And then we can take stock of like what we have, what containers we have, what organization we have, and go from there. But one step at a time, let's go ahead and just take everything out. Oh, also, if you hear humming or clicking weird noises throughout this video, I do apologize. It's our fridge. It just kind of makes random noises all day long. Nothing I can do about it. So I'm so sorry if you hear it. If you don't, great. But yeah, disclaimer right there. Now I'm gonna get started. Best by December 2025. This is good. Let's see. 2024. Expired. 2026. 2026. I'm gonna try and keep this organized. Oh my gosh. Let's find the oldest thing in this pantry, huh? 2022. Oh, also, I don't think I mentioned, but I did this pantry in, I think, October of 2021, so it would have been like 6 months after we moved in here into this house. I think we kind of put everything in, but then I actually did an organization. I will link that video for you guys because a lot of the organization kind of items are from that or the one right before in our apartment. So a lot of the bins I just reuse, which is great. But I did that in October 2021. So it's been 3.5 years now. It is 2025 spring that I'm doing this. So the last time I did this, a lot of these cans were good and we were consuming it. And I think that's kind of right after that is when we stopped kind of eating certain things. Oh gosh. I need to clean in here. Ugh. All right, you guys, this is really disgusting, but I think I'm gonna show you anyways. I don't know if you can see, but there is cobwebs and potential creatures and crumbs and all sorts of things down here, which honestly I should not be shocked because it has been years since I've cleaned this out, unfortunately, and it's really bad. So this is your sign. If you haven't cleaned your pantry, do it now. This is literally your sign. And also, all of these cans and things are bad and expired, which really breaks my heart for just having to do this, but it's got to get done. Anyways, I think I am just going to kind of take these out, vacuum and clean this up because it's disgusting, and then move on to the rest. have this bottom shelf essentially cleared out and cleaned off, and I took a quick lunch break after that anyways because it's lunchtime. So now I gotta go through basically everything else, so it doesn't feel like much progress just yet, and also the fridge. But I think I'm just gonna put you guys in time lapse so you don't have to watch this in detail, but basically repeating the same thing. I think I'm gonna pull everything out, and I've been kind of organizing things on our dining table just so I can kind of categorize everything. But then also I wanna be able to clean all the shelves really properly. Pantry is all emptied out, not yet clean though, and same thing as the fridge, all emptied out. I have yet to clean it, as you can see, and essentially I have made a mess. As always with every project, I have all of like the fridge stuff out here for a little bit while I clean the fridge, and then all of the pantry stuff is on our dining table as well as kind of on the floor here. And then we also have all of the containers that are empty right now laid out here. So it looks kind of chaotic, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to prioritize cleaning the fridge and some of the containers that are gonna go in the fridge so I can kind of get everything that needs to be in the fridge back in there. All right, so as always, I underestimated how much time everything takes, and now it is past 4 o'clock, but I washed all of like the containers of the fridge. The fridge is completely clean, so I think I'm just gonna kind of get everything back in the fridge because I do have to go to dinner with a friend, so I do need to kind of wrap it up for tonight. But tomorrow we are gonna focus on the pantry, kind of cleaning and organizing, and then kind of finishing off any organization that's left with the fridge. But I do want to kind of get everything back in there for tonight, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day and I am back to kind of hopefully finish this clean out organization project today. It is a little past 11 though, so I have a little bit of a late start because I went on a walk this morning. It was just so nice outside not to. So I just went on a walk and enjoyed it, but now I'm back and I think I kind of wrapped up last night to where I finished. So what I want to start with this morning is cleaning and washing all of the rest of the containers that are empty, and then cleaning out the pantry and just start getting everything organized back in the pantry, and then see if I need to kind of revisit organizing the fridge. And I do want to kind of share a couple things before I go ahead and start washing everything. So when I organized our pantry in our apartment years ago, I bought a lot of like containers like these, like different sizes and stuff that we used for, you know, just different things. And I did like obviously label them to whatever went in there, and then kind of reuse them again when I did the pantry here a couple of years ago. So one thing that I did notice again as we kind of change what we eat and how we eat and things like that is this isn't really working for us. And as much as I love home edit and the cute Pinterest pictures of like beautiful pantries, I want to kind of keep ours like functional more than just aesthetic. So one thing that I realized is that this just doesn't work for us. You know, the very specific, like this is what needs to go in this container. And a lot of times it will either like remain empty because we just stop using that product, or if we had things in here, I'm like, I can't remember how old this is, if it's expired, whatever. So a lot of it kind of went to waste and I hate that. So I definitely don't want to repeat it. So I think my approach this time though with organization is going to be a little bit more kind of general categories like baking or I don't know, pasta instead of specific names of the pasta, right? Or like snacks instead of very specific products, so we can have like room to move things around if we need to. So that's something that I wanted to kind of mention. And with that said, I'm gonna kind of remove all of these like old labels and stickers and things. It's nice to be able to have a pretty pantry, but I think function is a little bit more important here. And for us, I just wanna make sure that it works and we can kind of reduce waste as much as possible. So that's what I want to focus on, and then we'll see where we land. So anyways, I just rambled on for a couple minutes. So I'm going to kind of set up and start washing a ton of containers. Let's do it. Been washing and drying everything for like an hour and a half now, which you guys will see probably in just a couple of seconds of time lapse. But these are all ready to go, washed and dried. I still do need to dry these lids. They're kind of harder to dry, so I'm just kind of letting them air dry a little bit. And it is almost 1 o'clock, which is lovely. But these are ready to go. And then I also wiped down the wood bins that I have from before. So those are all cleaned out. And then I did purchase 2 kind of new organization things. These are kind of like those under shelf sliding shelves or whatever they're called. And then I have this other organization that I'm gonna try out. I don't know if I'll be able to use these or how I'll be able to use them, but I have it, you know, just in case. And if I don't, I'll just return it. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually clean the pantry, basically just like wiping down the shelves, which will be pretty quick, and then finish off drying the lids over there. And then I think I'm gonna kind of take a lunch break, and then we can kind of get to the fun part, which is actually organizing all of these pantry items into bins back into the pantry. Ready to start organizing the pantry. So kind of looking at everything that I pulled out, I was kind of trying to figure out where I'm gonna put everything, and I kind of started to get a little bit overwhelmed, not gonna lie. So I think I'm just gonna start by putting stuff in this like drawer organizer, kind of basically the same things that were in here, like supplements, like backup oils and like things like that I know need to go into this drawer. So then it kind of reduces the number of things that I need to put away. So then that way it's a little bit more manageable in terms of how to organize, where to put things and things like that. So I'm gonna start with this drawer and we will go from there. Out of all those cans, you guys, we have 8 left. That is crazy. So this is definitely more than enough. 8 left, 5 of them which are pumpkin puree for pumpkin pies, which are not really what we're gonna make in season, but this is good by end of December. So we'll definitely be using it back like when it's holiday time, hopefully. Do this. All right. Alright, so I have most of the stuff in bins ready to go back in the pantry. So I'm thinking, again, kind of what I said at the top of the video, just keeping like overall like larger themes so it's easier for us to kind of keep up with it. So I have a drink shelf down here. Again, there's like some room for growth as we kind of buy certain things. So I'm thinking for the next shelf, I'm gonna just do like some of the bins that are snacks. So again, just kind of keeping it generic, you know? So just snacks in general, whatever that may be, can be put into here. So hopefully it stays organized for longer. That's the hope. We have our sushi rice. All right, more rice. I'm hoping I'm getting a lot of steps going back and forth between the dining room and the kitchen. Getting my 10,000 steps in while I clean up and organize. That would be quite nice. All right, we have pasta things. All right, so I have everything that's food, like edible, in here. Yeah, I think I will stop talking and just get everything else that I can in here. I think this shelf is just gonna be empty containers and like dishes. Like we had those glass containers that are for meal prep. We have a bunch of those that were on this shelf before, and unfortunately we don't have any room in our cabinets to store all of those glass dishes. That's how they ended up in here, and they're gonna kind of have to stay in the pantry. So it's just kind of like a mix of pantry slash cabinet. And then the top shelf is where I had like party supplies, like paper plates, like bowls, like things like that when we have people over. I'm still gonna put those at the very top shelf because we don't need to like access them too often, and that's like the perfect spot for them. Alright you guys, we have made it to the end of this video, and yes, I'm sitting on the island filming this outro because I'm exhausted, but I'm also really happy that I was able to clean and organize both the pantry and the fridge over this weekend. It just feels so nice and fresh, and it was definitely overdue, as you guys saw. And honestly, I just wanted you to feel motivated to do the same thing in your own home, whether it's the pantry, the fridge, or any other area. Just go through, clean, declutter, because it just feels so good afterwards. And honestly, I tried my best this time to put function over aesthetic. I mean, obviously we want things to be cute, but the reality is these kind of areas in the house, like the fridge and the pantry, you're using on a daily basis. And I just find that it's not sustainable for us to keep things a certain way. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and we still need to go grocery shopping though. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And once I do that and stock up the fridge, I will insert some more clips of kind of like the finished, organized fridge and pantry so you can see that. But thank you so much for watching and coming on this journey with me, and make sure that you are subscribed for future organization, makeover, home content videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.